Good morning, everyone. Happy almost New Year. Exciting, huh? I'm Reverend Kathy Hearn. I'm one of the staff ministers here at Seaside. My role is to be the dean of the School of Spiritual Leadership, our ministerial training program, and I'm so excited because you're going to see one of our soon-to-be graduates speaking today. But I welcome you here to Seaside, and we want to welcome in our light bearer, David Yankauskas, who's one of our licensed practitioners. And let's just take a moment to watch this activity of carrying the light. So beautiful and symbolic, yes? And the light represents the ever-presence of spirit no matter what our circumstances or situations are. And it also symbolizes the activity of the ministry of prayer here at Seaside. Our practitioners are always engaged in prayer, and you're invited to fill out a prayer request anytime or email one in, and we all receive those prayer requests and do prayer on them through the week. And today is the last Sunday of the month as well as the last Sunday of the year, and there will be right at the end of service a prayer wall. And the licensed practitioners, our spiritual counselors, will come forward, and you are invited to come up at that time at the end of service to receive prayer. So if there's something on your heart that's heavy, if you have a challenge, if you're facing some kind of loss, if you have a high intention for the new year that you want to set, I did those kinds of prayers last service. If you are just wanting to claim something powerful for your life, please come up and receive the power of prayer, and you'll feel it. All right. Very good. So, please stand up and greet your neighbor. And if you have nothing else to say Happy Almost New Year.
Good morning, everybody. Let's all stay standing and sing Down in My Soul together. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. Got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. And the whole wide world is my home.
is Danielle Tucker, who's with us today as our music director. So exciting. And I'm in the place of Dr. Christian, our senior minister, Christian Sorensen, who's in Montana doing some skiing. He's in -8 degrees, but having a good time, and his wife's glad she's not there. And I'm sure he's missing her. So let's take a moment just to think about Christian. He's probably off not thinking about us. But we accept a great time for him. So if you're here for the very first time today, we welcome you into the heart and the consciousness and the joy of Seaside. This is a joyful place where we learn about spiritual principles and then seek to live them, so that we are learning how to live a life free from limitation and pain. And we understand the creative power of thought, and that we have the opportunity anytime we choose to think a high thought about a greater good than we have ever experienced before. And so there's a lot of that idea going on in our service today. So if you're here for the very first time, please pick up a guest packet at the back of the room, in the other room by the doors at the Welcome Center, and just know how welcomed and wanted you are. And please come back and hear Dr. Christian. He will be here next Sunday to speak to you. So we want to turn within now and go into a time of silence. So I invite you to put everything down, physically and metaphysically. Just let it go. The shopping's over. Isn't that great? I love this time. I invite you just to listen to the bowl until the sound ceases. It is said that if you follow the sound of a bowl or a gong until the sound ceases, it will take you right into the present moment. And so here is a reading from Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind. I know there is a power for good which is responding to me and bringing into my experience everything that is necessary to my unfoldment, to my happiness, to my peace, to my health, and to my success. I know there is a power for good that enables me to help others and to bless the whole world. And so I say quietly to myself, there is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And I invite you to repeat that affirmation with me, after me. And so please say, there is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And so let us consciously breathe into this sacred moment, this moment with one cycle ending and another beginning. Taking a moment to know that right now and always where we stand is holy ground, the holy ground of our own being, and the holy ground that is the reality of this thing called God, Spirit, life, or whatever name you give it. And so I know that we arrive here by divine appointment today for just the experience that we're creating together. I know that we're here with love as the truth between our souls, whether we know each other well or not, because love is the only truth between souls. And so we're here today to bless 2017 and to welcome a whole new year and whether 2017 was a year you loved or didn't, it is just about done. And I know what stretches before each one of us is an open landscape, a blank slate, an unfilled canvas, an unwritten book that is ready to be filled and expressed in great joy and celebration. We get another year to live our life in happiness and in peace, in alignment with the highest thoughts of our greatest good and bringing those forward into expression. And so I know that all is well with us. I know Spirit is the power that moves through us in this service today and also through all the days of our life. And I accept that through this time together today, we feel how good it is to be together, and that we open up, we lift our spirits, we illumine our minds, we open our hearts, we strengthen our bodies, we dedicate our hands to all that we are called to do, to bring forth a wonderful world, a world that works for everyone, a world of greater good. And so I simply give thanks for our service today, for each hand and heart that has gone into the planning of it, for our speakers, for our musicians, our singers, for the sound men, for all the assistants. Thank you so very much for your gifts of love. And so we call it all good, and we let the party begin. And with loving thanks, I know that it is done.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the grace wash over us. We let it be.
And so it is. Amen. Beautiful. I'd like to bring your attention to the sheet that is in your program. It's a vision sheet, and you are invited to make notes today through the talks. You're going to have a number of things that you will hear that will inspire you about setting your vision for this next year. But I encourage you to take some quiet time later today or maybe tomorrow in the newness of the new year to sit down and feel into your heart what it is that you truly desire for your experience this next year. We know that all things begin in mind, they begin in thought, and that we do have the power we have a creative power. It's funny, I dropped that in the same place last time. I think about creative power and I just lose it. We have a creative power to think a thought in alignment with a greater good than we have ever experienced before. And if we hold to that and align our thoughts and our behaviors along the lines of that great good, then we have every right to expect that through time we will see that intention fulfilled. And so if you will fill out your sheet and put it in an envelope with another self-addressed stamped envelope and return it to Seaside. Those of us who do prayer here will do prayer on your envelope and your intentions without looking at them for a year. And a year from now, you will receive those back, and you'll have the opportunity to see how the creative power of thought has worked in your life. And so I encourage you to have that particular experience. So a couple of other things. There is a burning bowl ceremony tonight at 7 p.m. Dr. Christina Tillotson will be leading that, and it's an opportunity for you to just burn up 2017 if that's what you want to do, to release anything that you wish to release about that year so that you create the wide open space to welcome in the newness. We have classes beginning, and there's a classes table in the fellowship hall area, family room over on the left. And I'd like to let you know that Sharon DeLeon will be doing a vision board workshop coming up, so check that out. And Karen Koblenz is beginning a class on, as it turns out, January 13th. It says, "Are you ready for unabashed joy?" I love the subtitle, "Upgrade Your Life from Ho-Hum to Wahoo." Does that sound like a good thing for 2018? I think so. And then I also invite you into a class that I'm teaching called Essential Ernest, the writings of Ernest Holmes, the founder of our philosophy, faith, and way of life. And we will be experiencing the transmission of truth on his words as he lifts us up to the high knowing of the spiritual dimension that we live in and that we live as, and teaching us how to live that truth outwardly in all of our relationships and in all of our activities. And so that class will begin on January 11th, Thursday nights for 8 weeks, and it runs from 6:30 to 9 p.m. And I will be at the classes table after service to answer any questions that you might have. All right. And so let us welcome back Danielle to introduce our guest artist for today.
Good morning, everybody. It is always such a joy to be here with you. Thank you for letting me share your Sunday morning with you. And it is absolutely a joy to always introduce our guest artists. And this morning we have a returning guest artist. She was actually here almost exactly 1 year ago. She is one of our treasured elementary music teachers in the community. And she also is a local San Diego musician. She has a brand new website coming out today, so be sure to check out mandyjomusic.com sometime this evening. Bookmark it, because she'll be in the studio this coming week, or in the coming weeks, working on some new material, so you can be the first to hear it. And with that, please welcome Mandy Jo.
I feel strong today, and I know you see the smile on my face, and I feel right today. I'm gonna go take my place at the front of the line. It's just about time, don't let anybody step in your way. I woke up this morning with a song in my heart, and this is what I was told to say. Don't give up, have courage, and fight back, yeah. Don't give up, have courage, and fight back. And I feel like today, it doesn't happen all the time, but today I'm feeling fine, no matter what comes my way. And I feel the love today, 'cause it's in the air that I breathe, the song that I sing, the music inside of me. So just open your mind, it's just about time, don't let anybody step in your way. If you're feeling low, you don't know where to go, you can always just stand up and say, don't give up, have courage, and fight back, yeah. Don't give up, have courage, and fight back. Don't give up, have courage, and fight back.
Thank you so much, Mandy Jo. What a great message. Don't give up, have courage, right? Carry on. So it is my great joy to introduce to you our speakers for today. You'll be hearing two of them. And as I said before, they are soon to be graduates from the School of Spiritual Leadership, our ministerial training program here. And I'm honored to be their dean. They are powerful and empowering and empowered women, and they keep me on my toes. I'll let you know that. So I want to introduce them. I'll introduce both of them now, and then you'll hear them. So our first speaker today is Rebecca Venkatraman, and many of you know Rebecca. You know Rosedale as well. She's very active here at Seaside, and she has a very interesting life. She spent 30 years as a corporate wife, traveling with her husband, and in those 30 years, she moved home 15 times and lived in many, many places around the globe, including Shanghai, China. And when she came back to Southern California, she spent some time at the Center for Spiritual Living in Palm Desert. And then Rebecca and I met in a practitioner workshop in Las Vegas, actually, and out of that, she was called to Seaside, and I'm very grateful for that. And so she finished her practitioner training here and entered into ministerial training. And she is the mother of a beautiful daughter who I just met at first service, and she has a son as well. She's active in merchandising with our bookstore. It's one of the reasons why it looks so great in there. And she is also the director of the Compassionate Care Connection Group. So that's Rebecca. Yes. And our second speaker is Rosedale Jones, who you also know. And what's interesting, many things are interesting about Rosedale, but one thing is that she was born in New York City and spent 14 years as a New York City police officer. Really, so great. And she'll tell a little bit more about this, but it was during that time that she began to create meditation tapes for children, kids and families, and watched the power of their self-improvement work, was inspired by that. And so here she is now becoming a minister. She is an active practitioner here. She has a thriving practitioner practice here and around the country. And her heart's desire and her high intention is to be the senior minister of her own very spiritually healthy Center for Spiritual Living. Yes. And so you've just heard about them, and now you get to hear them. So let's welcome Rebecca Venkatraman.
Thank you. So our talk title this morning is Starting the New Year with a Vision. And I'm going to get my pages straight. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'd like to start with a reading by Heidi Busey, and it's called I Am the New Year. Rosedale and I are sharing this podium, and we all have lots of pages. Sorry. I am the new year. I am an unspoiled page in your book of time. I am your next chance at the art of living. I am your opportunity to practice what you have learned about life during the last 12 months. All that you sought and didn't find is hidden in me, waiting for you to search it out with more determination. All the good that you tried for but didn't believe was really yours is mine to grant when you have fewer conflicting beliefs and desires. All that you dreamed but didn't dare do, all that you hoped but did not will, all the faith that you claimed but did not have, these slumber lightly, awaiting to be awakened by the touch of strong purpose. I am your opportunity to renew your allegiance to Spirit, who says in you, behold, all things anew. A new year is unfolding like a blossom with petals curled tightly, concealing the beauty within. Spirit, let this year be filled with the things that are truly good, with the comfort of warmth in our relationships, with the strength to help those who need our help, and the humility and openness to accept help from others. As we make our resolutions for the year ahead, let us go forward knowing all things are possible. So at the outset of this message this morning, I'd like to ask you some questions. Why are you here this morning? What are you hoping to get from this message? What are you hoping to take away? I know these are odd questions, and you probably have never ever thought about them before. But they're fair questions. Because you see, we all have expectations, great or small. When we go to the movies, we want great acting, a good plot, a storyline. When we go to our favorite restaurant, we want good food, good company, and good service. When we go to a sporting event, we go with the hope that our team is going to win. So we all have expectations, great or small, and they're what we give our attention to. So let's start with, I'm sorry, my pages are a mess. I apologize. Before we can begin the new year, we have to put the old year behind us. And the new year is starting out fresh. It's a promise of new beginnings. It's our time to set our new intentions. A new year is like a baby. Many changes are necessary. Some will be challenging, some will be rewarding, and some will be interrupting. That's the challenge of a new year. We need a new beginning. We are entering a new world order. And the world will never be as it was before. We are distinctly beginning anew. And all these struggles and pains that we have are part of this new and better world. So let's take a moment and remember what something new feels like. It's shiny, it's bright, it's exciting. It's our opportunity to plant seeds of joy in all areas of our life. How about we begin 2018 with the end in mind? How about if we let go of the old year so that the new year can come in? I'd like to share a story with you about my experience with this. 2 years ago, I was in the second year of my practitioner studies, and I was sitting right there in that chair. And Dr. Kathy was giving this talk, and I did her New Year's talk, and I did her New Year's exercises, and in that moment it came to me. My intention was to be standing right here on this platform, giving this talk for a new year. And last year, I had the great opportunity to be asked as a first-year ministerial student to be the pulpit assist for Dr. Kathy. But Dr. Kathy shared the holidays with her grandkids, and they shared the flu with her. So she wasn't here. But Reverend Tammy was here with me. And this year, I had the amazing experience of Dr. Christian calling me and saying that he would like to go to Montana skiing, and would I like to share this platform this morning. So I want you all to understand this can happen. This is real. And I want you all to feel that and realize the opportunities that are here for us in this sacred place, in this sacred time, as we begin our new year. So I would like to share another reading with you. I'd like to also tell you that the first step for our new year is to release anything that no longer serves us. Catherine Ponder calls this the vacuum law of prosperity. Nature abhors a vacuum. So when we release something, something new comes right in to fill that space. If we desire to make a change in our life, we have to release the belief that we're not good enough, that we can't have it, or it's not ours. To make room in our life for love, we have to release the anger and the resentment that we're harboring. To release all of these things makes that space. If we want better health, we have to release our bad habits. None of us really are comfortable with change. We say we are, and in certain ways, in certain limits, we're okay with it, but we always resist. Even though we know that what's being offered to us is better, it's going to take us to a new place, we have to remember we're aspects of the Creator, and everything we want, we already have. It's ours. We just have to claim it. So we need to release the old. We need to set our intentions to bring in what we want. And we need to remember who we are. And then what? What's the next part, guys? This is Science of Mind. It's always the same. Treat and move your feet. So how do we move our feet, guys? We move our feet in prayer. We move our feet in meditation. We move our feet in stepping into what is presented to us. Right? So as we set our intentions for 2018, we know these are our steps. And now, if you are comfortable, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes as I read an intention for us for 2018. This is the dawning of a new year, and I am open to new, exciting good in my life. I am free from outworn beliefs, ideas, things, or activities that no longer serve me. This year is a clean slate, a blank canvas, where I set new intentions for my highest values. Now, I am living in the present moment, creating my highest and best in all areas of my life. Loving relationships and companions, optimum health and vitality. Financial freedom, wisdom and wealth, and creative fulfillment are mine. Also, my decisions are not only in my highest good. For the highest good of all, I support others, and others support me. And so it is. And now, as Mary Morrissey states, visioning without action is merely entertainment. So now we're going to invite up my classmate, Rosedale Jones, and she's going to lead us through a visioning process.
Good morning, Seaside. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now I get to see you from here, and you are looking so good to me this morning. Happy New Year. Me, as far as all of these wonderful practices and all that stuff that I've learned over my lifetime, all it taught me was I knew it all along. You know how you travel for years and years and years looking for this thing, and it's always been there, but you don't know that. You just get on the train. And I see my life as me on this long train, and never, all cars, they never stop. There's always a car, and it just goes, why do they do that? Just because I asked something, I wanted something, and it moved. So when I was a young girl, like 8 years old or so, I learned to pray very well. I came from the Christian faith, Baptist, Bible, and I was very, very good at that, and still very, very good at that, because you know what I found out all these years, like I said? Where I learned, guess what? I was already in that place praying that I'm in the place praying right now. So it's the same place. But what I also learned, you gotta be in the right mind. So if you're in a happy place and not a pissosity place, you're gonna get what you are going in there with. That same emotion that the universe uses to impress upon your manifestation is that same place where I was when I prayed as a Baptist. Because when I pray, things move. So that was one of my wonderful, wonderful ideas that I learned. So now, let me tell you that we have more than just prayer. And I use that term very lightly when I say just prayer, because we have also visioning. Now, don't get it twisted. Visioning does not mean just what I can see with my physical eye. Visioning means that you have the ability to go inside the invisible and see it, or hear it, maybe smell it, maybe even taste it. You know, some people, when they go into meditation, meditation is designed to get you out of your drama for a few minutes, put you in another place, so that when you get ready to practice your prayer work, you're in that place where you need to be. You're in that happy place. You don't want to, there is no problems in God. Don't bring your problems there, because that's not where you bring them. What you do when you come to meditation is you come to build, if you need to build, into that happy place. And that happy place comes, because we all got it. We need to find it. Now here's what I know. As I sat on that train one day, I dropped out of high school, right? So one day, the train came by, and I said, what am I going to have for my life? In my 20s, I guess. What was that? A question. It's still impressed on this. I didn't do it on purpose, but everything we do, the universe, the invisible, is already working for it. You just got to know it. Now, so now I'm on a train, and all of a sudden, I get this whim that the police department in New York City at the time was giving out, paying for your college education. Well, I went on, got my first degree through that, Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice. But you know what? When I got there, I go, what else? Because I didn't do it on purpose. So now, when I tell you about visioning, I want you to know that this is what we need. We need to know what we want. We need to be in a place to receive the match. Because there is a power in you, just as sure as it's in me, that beats my heart, that blinks my eyes, that moves when I move, and that uses me to deliver whatever I need to deliver to whoever wants to hear it. Period. Dot. I know this. Okay, so with that being said, as we continue to go on, and from this year to next year, look back and do your reflection, but don't call this year crummy. So I'm going to go into another year, because where you go, there you are. Don't get it twisted that, oh yeah, after today, when the ball drops, it's going to be 2018. But guess what? You still taking you there. So when you take you there, this morning, I want you to kind of remember this today. This morning, as you take this with you, I want you to say to yourself, when that ball drops, 2017 is done, and 2018 is a brand new one. Yeah, I'm a poet and didn't even know it. So I get to do that. I get to do whatever I want to do. When I'm doing this, it's all spirit telling me, go do it, go do it, go do it. Scared crapless. And I remember getting off that train one year, and now I'm on the line at the police department getting my gun and shield and all of these things in that line with all of us doing that, going, what did I sign up for? But I got off the train for just a little while, and then when I got in there, I got this assignment. One of my assignments were to work with the young people. So I had a whole community of thousands of young people. I had 3 high schools, I had middle schools, I had the elementary school, and I was in love with my job. I enjoy kids. So then what happened was Spirit said, here you go, you got a whole bunch of them. Now, I was going, what the heck am I going to do? What did I do, guys? I asked the question. I was impressing on that mind again, the universal mind. I asked the question, how can I get them to straighten up and fly right? How can I get all these kids to learn that, hey, this is what we're going to do. Let's take this road. Well, all of a sudden, it spoke to me. I found Louise L. Hayes, something, now again, I'm Baptist at the time. Okay, forgot to tell you that. Okay, I found Louise L. Hay. I found different people like that, but I used the anthem. I used one of her treatments called the Observability treatment as the anthem. So I started out with about 8 kids in my little office. Then I went into a big muster room in the precinct, which was about maybe 50 kids. Then I went into a high school with a whole bunch more kids every Wednesday. But what we did, what was so magical, what changed my life, was the fact that we had this anthem, and it said, I am deserving, I deserve all good. Not some, not a little bit, but all good. I now move past all negative restricting thoughts, and so on. But me and these kids said this every Wednesday evening together. I saw them change, I felt me change. I said, this is something good. I began to, at that point, make little cassette tapes. And the little cassette tapes I was making were really any kind of music I would find in the, at the time, I don't forget the name of the stores. You know, we had Surface Merchandise in New York. It was a big place. I would go and find all these albums and stuff with the ocean and the beautiful music behind it, and I'd take those and go with it. So anyway, long story short, now I'm ready. I began giving that to them. I was listening to them just basically so I can see if they're right for them. Guess what was happening? We were changing. Whoa. You know, and it wasn't on purpose. So can you imagine now that I'm doing this thing on purpose? Do you know who I'm representing in this moment? I'm representing Spirit to show you that all you got to do is do this, but do it so that you can match it. Because that power within you loves you more than anything. You will learn to believe it. Oh, and listen, it takes a while to change. It takes a lot of energy to change. Just when are you going to start? Anytime you're ready, just keep going. The train will be there. And when you get tired of fluffing around out there, screwing it up, get back on the train. It never tells you get off, you messed up, you ain't gonna come. Never, never. You will never be put out. You will never be thrown away. You will never. Okay? So now, I want to read you a little quote from Ernest Holmes. And I love this quote so much because this is going to say everything I just said. But you see, I want to say it so I want to say it first so you hear it again. Basically, what he's saying is whatever we think, whatever we act, however we believe, feel, visualize, vision, imagine, or even what we read, guys. Louise L. Hay, you know, the anthem for my kids. And what we talk about, hey, your story, you're broke, you hate your job, you love your job, you're happy, you found a partner, What did you do? You are the one who tell these stories. So you impress it upon that universal mind. So what is he saying? In fact, all processes which affect or impress at any of us at any given time, they're going to be into our subjective thoughts, which is what gives the creation to the universal mind to do what you want it to do. So if you go in there with the right, no, I don't tell you what's right or wrong. If you go in there with the attitude, you're going to get the match. Pissosity, pissosity things. Happiness, happy things. Get it? All right. So now, let's go into our visioning. And as we get prepared for our visioning, I'm going to be asking you a couple of questions. But before you do that, I want you to open up yourself first. So please, if you are able to stand, please stand. If you're not, just wave your hands and stretch your body out. Breathe in real good. Get that energy flowing. And then I'll gently ask you to take your seat when you're ready. Allow your eyes to float down to relaxation. Be that floating down, just looking at your lap, whatever makes you comfortable. Even if you want to go ahead and close them all the way. It doesn't matter. It's you. It's what works for you. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds to 45 just to figure out a story or something that was so funny for you that happened. And right now, in this very day, you still get a rise out of that funny thing. So much so that it shifts your personality or shifts your mindset. Take a moment. Find that happy moment or that happy thing or that funny thing that happened. Because I got to remind you that when you're in this place, what problems do you have right now? None. And even now, that little funny thing that you just brought up changes your mood. From there, I want you to reflect back on 2017 and bring your takeaways, the good stuff. As many as you like. And I want you to take care in this question right here. This is the question where you ask the invisible, what is my highest vision? Whether I see, hear, smell, taste it, or touch it. What is my highest vision for myself in 2018? Where do I want to end up? Where do I want to go? Because I'm happy in this moment, please show me. Sense it, see it, hear it, this is all an effort for you to realize that it's time for me to rise up in 2018. It's time for me to stop whining about what didn't work out and allow something to will work out. It is time. It is my time. I'm rising up in 2018 because it's my time, and doggone it, I'm ready. Because I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. And if I don't feel it right this moment, I know that I can continue this work until I get the energy that I'm looking for. But I can do it because I can love myself enough to do this whenever I need to do it. How can I do that? Now with this final question, this is the question that's going to make you really think and dig deep. Because remember I said in the beginning that who you be is who you become. So now what you want to do is ask, who or what do I need to be to become a match to that thing I'm seeing in 2018? What do I need to be? Bring it, get it, go deep, go for it.
Broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round. You can't find the fighter, but I see it in you. We're gonna work it out and move mountains. We will walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains, take it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we will rise, we will rise. We'll rise up, we'll rise like the day. We'll rise up, we'll rise unafraid. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, and we'll rise up.
Mandy Jo Miller. Thank you. I'm inspired. Let's take a moment to honor our speakers, Rebecca V. and Rosedale Jones. Please stand up. Good job. Watch out, world. Here they come. I invite you now into a time of conscious giving. We do invite you at this time to make a financial contribution to Seaside. If you have been touched by something you heard today or experienced in the music, if you've been fed spiritual food, then this is the appropriate place to receive your contribution. It's always important that we feed the things that feed us, that we give to the people, places, and things who lift us spiritually and tell us the high truth about who we are and our great possibilities in our life. So I'm going to invite the ushers to come forward. They'll be all ready. Thank you. And we have an affirmation to do. If you're choosing to give today, please place your gift over your heart and let's say this affirmation together. Are you ready? Here we go. Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. Let's read it one more time. These are great words. Here we go. Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. Absolutely. Thank you. Hottest band in town, for sure. Let's acknowledge them. And this is Richard Drutman, who's a member of the Board of Trustees here at Seaside. Thank you, Richard. And we take a moment just to bless these contributions. So let's turn within. So I recognize this truth that there is only one power, one presence, and one life that is God. And I know that one of the qualities of God is abundance. And so I claim and know abundance as the essence and truth of who and what I am. And as I know that for myself, I know that same truth for all of us here today, as it is the same truth for all beings everywhere. And so it is in this consciousness that I accept these gifts on behalf of Seaside. I know they are blessed, that through this heartfelt giving, Seaside is supported and continuing to expand and do its beautiful work of awakening and loving people back to the truth of their well-being. And I know that out of the gift of presence here today, out of the gift of giving, that there is flowing into the life of each person here all that is wanted and needed for full and joyful expression. So this is what I see and this is what I know. And I release this word knowing only good is done. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much. Excuse me 1 second. So I'd like to take a moment for acknowledgement. Let's thank David Yankauskas for holding the light back there for us. Thank you so much, David. And we have Ed and Marv back in the sound booth and running the screen, so we thank them. And Tim is on camera. Thank you so much, Tim. And we have our band members, Bob, Max, Harley, and Jerry. Thank you so much. And Danielle, we appreciate you being here with us today. And also Mandy Jo, thank you for your beautiful music. And once again, our speakers, yay. And all the ushers and greeters, thank you so much. All right. I understand there's a kids' affirmation, yes? Okay, hold on a minute. All together now. We see you, we love you, we support you in your magnificence. Oh, goodness. This is the end of the season you're seeing right here. Please remember that tonight at 7 o'clock is the Burning Bowl ceremony. Have some class in 2018. Visit the classes table. Sorry, remember Sharon DeLeon with her vision board class. Karen Koblenz, upgrading your life from ho-hum to wahoo. And come see me for Essential Earnest. That would be great. And so I'd like to invite our practitioners to come forward in preparation for the prayer wall. So come on up, everybody. And after we have a chance to pray and sing, you're invited to come up and receive the power of prayer. Did the kids have anything they wanted to share today? And what is your name? Hi, Nicholas.
Hi, my name is Nicholas, and today is the last day of 2017. Tomorrow is going to be the first day of 2018, and today we share our new year intentions.
Thank you. Yay. Thank you so much. Wonderful. All right. And so I actually invite you to stand for prayer. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes for a moment. And as you do that, reach your arms way up, and just imagine now that you're scooping up all of 2017. So move your arms around, scooping it up, don't hit your neighbor, bringing that entire year together in a big ball and put it right into your heart. Just resting for a moment to realize you did it. You lived another year. So take a moment to think about and bless all of the things that began this year, all of the new beginnings. Bless the things in your life that grew to fullness. Bless the things that you released because they no longer served or it was just a time for a goodbye. And also hold to your heart all of the good that you gained from this last journey around the sun. And finally, bless this moment in our calendar. When we're in the deep time of winter, this is the perfect time to plant the seeds of newness that will blossom in the spring. I invite you to reach one arm up to Spirit and just bring that down into your heart and give thanks to the one for empowering your life, for what birthed you, breathes you right now, and that's the truth for all of us alive at this time. And just reach your hand down toward Mother Earth, thanking and blessing the earth for creating all that we love. And bring that to your heart as well. And just join with me in knowing this one life of God moving forward through and as each one of us, before each one of us, this pathway of light, stretching, with Spirit meeting and guiding and directing every single step that we take, absolutely for the greatest good. Our highest heart's desires coming into expression. And so I give thanks for this. I accept blessings for everyone here, for all those we love, for all people around the world, and for all beings everywhere. And so knowing only good is done, thank you 2017, come on 2018. We give loving thanks and let it be, and together we say, and so it is. So let's sing our song.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on, Seaside, let's hear you. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yeah.
Fantastic, and let's do our affirmation. We're going to do it 3 times. Here we go. All the power of the universe moves through me. And again, all the power of the universe moves through me. All the power of the universe moves through me. We sing our song.
I'm living in love. I'm living in peace. I'm living my life for what I believe, through joys and through fears. As together God's grace shines on me, and it shines on us all. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We're living in love. We're living in peace. United we stand as one family. We honor all truth as together we walk. God's grace moves through me, and it moves through us all. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in
Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year. Come on back next Sunday and come up for prayer.